So Palantir have been doing amazing. So we're up 11.3% in yesterday's trading day. And honestly, they've done all the hard work. I honestly think they are going to win this decade, and I'm going to show you why in today's video. First of all, I'm going to run through their Q2 earnings presentation, demonstrating to you how amazing they've been doing. Like I said, they've done all the hard work. But finally, in the end, I'm going to show you the one reason why I think Palantir are going to win this decade and the decades to come, and why I think $25 per share is very cheap if we think about the long term. So let's jump straight into it. So honestly, this Q2 earnings speaks for itself because the numbers were amazing and they beat expectations in almost every single aspect. So Q2 revenue grew 49% year over year to $376 million. So the Q2 contract value grew 175% year over year to $925 million. Just look at these graphs. They're amazing and they literally are growing exponentially. They've added 20 new customers in Q2 alone, and total commercial customers grew 30% quarter over quarter. So actually they they added 10 new customers in Q1 relative to Q4. So this was a big jump. So it's almost 100% jump in the number of customers they've added. Check this out. This is very important. So the average revenue per customer is growing. So not only is the number of customers growing for Palantir, but the average revenue per customer is growing significantly as well. So in Q1 of 2021, the average revenue for customers was $36 million, but now they've increased the number of customers by 20 customers, and they've also increased the revenue per customer by $3 million per customer. So that's a significant increase, and the fact that they are not only increasing customers but also revenue per customer is really going to exponentially increase their revenue in total. Okay, so this is incredible as well. During Q2 of 2021, they closed 62 deals of at least $1 million. But check this out. 21 of those 62 deals were at least $10 million. So 21 of these deals were at least $210 million in terms of how much money they made from these deals. Incredible numbers. So honestly, these all speak for itself. One thing I did want to show you that this is the main reason why I think Palantir will win the decade. Okay, so check this out. So in 2 days, one of the largest banks in Europe with more than 10,000 branches deployed an end-to-end anti-money laundering and compliance process in Foundry. So as we know, money laundering is very important when it comes to banks. They really want to crack down on this, and Palantir have managed to create an anti-money laundering system in 2 days. And this is what it would normally look like without Palantir, okay? So it would normally take, so in year 1, there will be discussions. In year 2, they will design the architecture of the actual system. Year 3, they will develop the actual system. And then who knows what year, they will actually promise this is the promise for the production time. So it will take around 3-4 years in order to actually release a anti-money laundering product without Palantir. But with Palantir, what have they done? Literally day 1 onboarding, and on the second day, the actual anti-money laundering system is up and running. So operational use in production. Now this is just mind-blowing. I mean, this is the number one reason why I think Palantir will win the decade, because not only, okay, so here's the thing, increasing the number of customers is good, and increasing the revenue per customer is good, but ultimately the product needs to be good. And if they're able to create a product in 2 days, what normally would take 3 to 4 years, then they have created something which is literally exponentially better than anything out there. And check this out. I found this very interesting. This is a small clip from Elon Musk that I'm going to show you. It's about 50 seconds long, and I'm going to explain to you why this is relevant to what I just told you about the whole Europe bank situation.
If you're a new company, I mean, unless it's like some new industry or new market, that if it's an untapped market, or then you have more ability to, this the standard is lower for your product or service. But if you're entering anything where there's an existing marketplace against large entrenched competitors, then your product or service needs to be much better than theirs. It can't be a little bit better, because then you put yourself in the shoes of the consumer and they say, why would you buy it as a consumer? You're always going to buy the trusted brand unless there's a big difference. So
Okay, so pretty much what Elon Musk is saying there is there's two types of companies you can make. You can either make a company where the product is something that's completely new, and therefore the actual product doesn't need to be amazing. It just needs to exist, right? Because there's not many competitors, and you'll succeed that way. Or the other option is you go into a market where there's lots of products available. So in order to succeed in that market, which is more competitive, you need to have a product that is far superior than the competitors in order to outshine yourself. So in order to succeed, you really need to have an amazing product. But Palantir have honestly cracked the code. This demonstrates to you that not only does Palantir have a unique product, which means they don't have much competition, because there's not many people in the field of AI and big data where they're actually helping individual companies. So there's not much competition out there. So they didn't need a product that was crazily amazing. But this just demonstrates to you that they have a product which is more than 10 times better than anything out there. It's probably 100 if not 1,000 times better than any other product out there. So pretty much they fulfill both criterias. So it's not one or the other. They are a company where there's not many competitors, and the second part is the fact that they have a product which is far, 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 far superior compared to anything else. And that's why I think they are going to win the decade, and that's why Palantir is something that I'm going to hold for the very long term. If there are any dips in the future, I'm planning to buy more. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.